It was a hot day in the first week of September 1942, and the industrial palace of Prague was teeming with people. Most were lying or sitting on the loose straw on the floor. Others were wandering around in a stunned daze. Gone were the shiny displays of Czechoslovak industry that had given the place the air of a happy carnival. I had often come to the industrial palace when I was a child, and my father's electrotechnical firm, Koralek and Rabinek, had a booth. It had always been a treat. I returned home with free samples, balloons, and stacks of glossy catalogs. This time I would not return home, because the industrial palace had been converted to the assembly point for the deportation of undesirables. That is, Jews, by edict of the Nuremberg race laws. None of us should have been surprised. The trap had been closing for 3 years by then, but the systematic humiliation and brainwashing had been gradual and only partially successful. Our humanity was still intact. Our situation had somehow not fully registered until now. It was quite a shock to be suddenly treated like so much cattle. I was 22, and lying with my head in my mother's lap in a sort of stupor. I had just had a tonsillectomy. I had not eaten for a few days, and was having trouble breathing the air that was filled with straw dust. My mother kept stroking my hair and trying to make me drink a little water. My father was walking around from one acquaintance to another, hoping to find out what was in store for us. Groups of SS men were storming in and out, yelling orders and rounding up groups of Jewish men to clean the latrines. They made a point of picking out the most distinguished-looking older men in the crowd, the men wearing glasses. My father was one of them. When they told me in the hospital that my parents and I had been called up for a transport, the nurse, who was a friend of ours, said, "We can get you out of it because of the surgery." I thought this over for a few minutes and then said, "I'm not letting them go alone. They're too old, and they don't have anybody else." My mother was 60, and my father was 65. I couldn't visualize those two people going alone anywhere. And there was a little egotistical motivation, too. My husband was already gone. I would have been left all alone. Besides, by September 1942, I was so fed up with all the restrictions in Prague that I thought any change of scene would be a relief, no matter what was waiting on the other end. I was always like that, unfortunately.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.